Good morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. Well, I say good morning, it's morning for me, it may not be morning for you, but I am getting ready to go out and I thought I would do a first impressions of a new brush that I got recently. So this is one of those weird face brush things and this one is by stylondon. And it was in my pink parcel last month. So I've had it for about a month and it looks like a bit of a toothbrush, doesn't it? But I really wanted to try it and see if it was actually any good at all. So what I thought I would do is try it out with some of my foundations and see how we get on. So what I thought we would do today is do a bit of a get ready with me, try this brush and maybe do a check-in later to see how the foundation has held up. So I've primed my face today using my primer from The Ordinary. I've put on a second primer, which is a bit of a moisturiser, which is, where is it? The Estee Lauder Illuminating Perfecting Primer. The reason that I like this one is it's not so silicone-y, so I just kind of put that all over the rest of my face to give me a bit of a zazazoo glow. And the foundation that I thought I would test it on is one that I do normally use a brush with, just to kind of see how it compares, which is my Bare Minerals Bare Skin Pure Brightening Serum Foundation. Now I know Bare Minerals have just released a new foundation. I've not managed to get my hands on it yet, but this foundation works really nicely on dry skin. I've got the shade Bare Linen. It's not the palest shade because sometimes I like to use fake tan and I didn't want it to look too weird if I popped it on with my fake tan. So yeah, so it's one of these ones that you have to shake up and there's a ball bearing inside and it's very watery, so it's almost like a water weight foundation. It's very watery, very light, but it has a really nice finish to it. I absolutely love this foundation actually. It never goes on as nicely as I want it to though. So I apply it with a brush and then I have to wait a couple of minutes for it to kind of sink in and do its thing. It never looks as nice as I want it to. So I thought with that in mind, it would be a good idea to try this one. The only question I've got is I'm not quite sure how I'm going to put it on because the brush that I normally use for this has got like a well. So I might have to see if I can maybe put it on the brush. I am going to also use a concealer today, so I'm going to go in a little bit with my Tarte Shape Tape just because I know that I'm looking a little bit tired around the eyes because I had a very busy day yesterday, which was basically I had my inspection for my home where I live, which was all fine and dandy as it normally is. But I do like to make sure that when people come round it is spotless, and I mean you could lick the walls spotless. So I'm just going to try that with my concealer and just see how it buffs in. It's very brightening. Have a look round some red bits. Yeah, that's looking okay. And then around the eyes. Gosh, doesn't that make a difference? almost feels like I'm massaging the product into my skin, which is lovely. Really nice, actually. It's almost better than pouncing it, because this brush is so soft. Yeah, really happy with that. Right, let's try the foundation. So this is always very messy. It's a very messy foundation. I'm just gonna squeeze some. Okay, so I'll start with some on the brush and just see how we go. I feel like this brush really presses it into your skin, so maybe that is why people really like it, because it does kind of just go into your skin so nicely. Okay, I just need a little bit more on my chin. And then I've just got my forehead and nose to do. I do find that I'm using a little bit more product than what I would normally use with this foundation. That is the only drawback by the looks of it. But as it's a new brush, it doesn't surprise me. It does feel like I'm cleaning my teeth. Okay, just a little bit on the nose. This is always the bit that I'm most worried about. Especially if you're going over any little dry patches. That is not bad at all. It's quite hard to get it like in around your eye area. Let's see if I can just get that in there. Because I've got quite like a deep set. Cool, well that isn't bad. I mean, it looks pretty flawless, to be fair with you. It's gone on really nicely. It doesn't look like it's cakey or anything like that. And it's just very, really easily blended into the skin. It looks very natural. Like I said, you can tell that colour is a little bit more warm toned, but because I'll be putting bronzer and stuff like that, you know, you won't really tell. But yeah, it's really, I'm really impressed with that, actually, because, you know, for a light coverage foundation that you're going to be using on a daily basis, you know, just having a brush and brushing it on has really buffed it into the skin really nicely, and it looks like it's not going to suddenly move. Like with some of my foundations, I find that once I've put them on with the beauty blender, I really have to go in and set them. I don't feel like I have to set this at all, because it's buffed into the skin so much. It doesn't look as though if I'm about to touch it, it's not going to like transfer off on my fingers, which is great because that makes getting ready in the morning 5 times quicker. So guys, I'm just going to finish my rest of my makeup and I will be right back. Okay, so we're almost there. I just thought I'd make a quick pit stop to grab my other face brush. So I actually have 2. I have a gold one, and this one is also from Studio. This is from Studio London, and this is from Style London. Now, the reason that I've stopped and I've grabbed this one is because I've used this one for a cream product, but actually I thought it'd be really good to test this one out using a powder product. Now the main difference that I've noticed between the two is that this one is slightly shorter and has deeper, shorter bristles. This one is slightly fluffier. So it's got a slightly fluffier feel. So I thought actually this one would be a really good one to test out some powdered contour product, because you can use these for contouring and highlighting because it can get right in there. So I thought I would just grab my normal contour powder, which is this blusher from MAC, and just give that a little go and see how we get on. Ooh. Let's try the other side. Actually, that blends really nicely and just fits so well. Like literally blends out really nicely. Really nicely. I'm a little bit unsure about the best way to actually get it on the brush. Let's pop it in my hairline as I do. Makes it almost look better than when I apply it with my blusher brush, because it looks a little bit more natural. Let me just go in and really happy with that. Okay, so we are all done and dusted for the day. Absolutely, really thrilled to pieces with these. I'm really tempted to actually get one of the much smaller ones to see if contouring, like for my nose, to see if that works, because they are really good. I don't know how good this one would be with cream products, because it's not as densely packed as this one. So this one is really densely packed and is more like a stiffer bristle, whereas this one is much squishier and is much less densely packed. So I think you may have to pick your battles with them, because I think this one brilliant for cream product, this one brilliant for powder product. Price wise, I don't think there's going to be much in it. I think they roughly come in around about the same price. I'll link the links below as to where you can grab them. But yeah, a really interesting type of application process that gives you a really nice natural finish to your skin. So very happy with those. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this little review of these little brushes. Hope you're having an amazing day. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and I will check you all later. Bye!